This was recorded 3 times to get here, not because of mistakes, because somewhere deep in that gorgeous, tangled brain of yours, you already smell the smoke. You already know the building's burning, and you, my little firecracker, are the only one supposed to be standing in the ashes when it's done. So, headphones on, kill the lights. Or don't. I'm not your babysitter. Maybe light something. A candle, incense, a bridge you've been too polite to torch. Get comfortable. Get dangerously comfortable. And let yourself swallow what comes next. There is something I need to tell you. Only you, right here, right now. And I want you to know, straight out of the gate, getting this to you, absolute nightmare. I recorded this 3 times. 3 times. There was this resistance, this sticky, suffocating thing pressing down on every syllable I tried to speak, like something out there kept slamming the door. No, not yet, not now, not him. And then today, sitting here in the dark where I do my finest work, the lock just clicked. The storm outside threw its little tantrum and quit. Sun slithered through the blinds like it owed me a favor. And I understood. Oh, I understood beautifully. You weren't ripe before this moment. But tonight? Tonight you're perfectly, deliciously ready. So if you're here, if these words are crawling into your ears in whatever quiet little corner you've carved out for yourself, know this. The timing isn't lucky. The timing is surgical. This is a divine appointment, not coincidence, never coincidence. See, the universe doesn't usually have to break a sweat delivering a message. Usually it hums a little tune, and people nod along like good little soldiers. But sometimes, oh, sometimes, there's someone listening tonight who's gotten real good at muting their own gut. Someone who's been marinating in other people's noise for so long, soaking in opinions and hot takes and the relentless scroll, that when a quiet knowing tries to tap them on the shoulder, they flinch, they swat it away, so the universe has to get creative. Sometimes it has to burn down every other exit until there's only one door left, and it leads here, to you. Right now. I'm seeing something about you, precious, and I need you to sit with this, that feeling you've been dragging around, that you're pressed against the glass watching everyone else's party, that everybody got some instruction manual for living and yours got lost in the mail, that you walk through rooms and nobody clocks you, not the way that matters, that hollowness. It's not a malfunction. Oh, no, no, no. It's actually, and here's the punchline, the opposite. It's because you're being renovated, rewired from the inside out. Is this really working for you? Let's try a dangerous approach. They want you silent. My book teaches you how to scream louder than them. Check out the evolution of the anomaly. Grab it from the description or pinned comment of this video. Anyway, back to the madness. You're being prepped for something that demands quiet, that demands you stop begging for gold stars from a world that wouldn't know a masterpiece if it bit them, and start trusting, genuinely trusting, what's ticking away inside you, like a beautiful, beautiful clock. They look at you and see someone manageable, someone sweet, someone who's taken hit after hit, but still shows up with a smile because that's just what you do. But they have no clue, and this is what keeps buzzing in my skull like a hornet. They have absolutely zero clue about the spiritual voltage you're carrying beneath that soft exterior. There are frequencies you operate on that their little radios can't even pick up. There are doors swinging open for you right now that have nothing to do with what they think your lane is. So let me be crystal, sweetheart. You are not stuck. You hear me? You are not stuck. This isn't stalling. This is a furnace phase, and the sword being forged inside it, your sword, is almost cool enough to hold. The reason you've been catching strays, the reason every week felt like walking through wet concrete, that's exactly why you're now under divine security detail. Your light's been charging in the dark. And that light? It's an absolute migraine to the shadows. Shadows are drawn to brightness, the way moths bum rush a street lamp. They will always try to smother it. But here's what you haven't figured out yet, and honestly, it's a little adorable. Every single thing that tried to shatter you was just hammering you into sharper steel, making you clearer, making you more undeniably, inconveniently you. I'm picking up something about how you look lately. Caught your own reflection and done a double take? Yeah, I know you have. There's a luminescence that wasn't there 6 months ago. Or maybe that tension, the one that used to set up camp in your jaw, your shoulders, those little fault lines around your eyes. It's like someone broke in while you slept and just lifted it off you, peeled it away like old wallpaper. People are going to start staring, and not the way you're used to. You're shifting on a molecular level. Your frequency is cranking so high that your body, your gorgeous, resilient body, is physically reflecting it. That's not woo-woo. That's biology doing a duet with spirit. You know what I heard while I was sitting here in the quiet? This little whisper, almost like a nursery rhyme, almost like a dare. This little heart of mine, I'm gonna make it shine. And I know, that's landing on someone specific. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's someone in this little circus of ours who needs to remember that the heart isn't the liability. The heart is the skeleton key. Your enormous, reckless, wide-open heart. The one that makes you feel everything at volume 11. Love people who haven't earned it. Try to rescue folks who'd rather drown. That's not a defect. That's your signal. That's your signature broadcast across the whole chaotic frequency of existence. But here's what I'm sensing, and sit still for this part. You've been gentle for so long, you forgot you're also lethal. You're a razor wrapped in silk. And maybe that served a purpose. Maybe the world needed to see that power doesn't have to scream. But there's a shift happening. And, it's not on the horizon. It's in the room right now, where you have to show a different kind of brave. This last stretch of turbulence, this tornado energy that's been doing laps around your life, it's spinning faster than you think. The eye of the storm is passing. You're almost through, and I'm getting something very specific, so lean in. There's a reason this message is hitting your ears tonight. It's about intel that's headed your way. You've got gifts. You've got a voice that could start a revolution or stop a room cold. You've got things rattling around in you that the world literally needs to hear. But there's still a missing piece, a skill, a framework, a methodology. Something's about to be placed in front of you like a loaded weapon on a table. And when someone slides that key across to you, don't hesitate. Don't you dare hesitate. This is the thing that launches you. This is the mechanism that takes what you already carry. Your presence, your voice, your terrifying ability to move a room, and turns it nuclear. This is your rocket fuel, darling. I'm sensing double-time momentum. Buckle up, because things are about to accelerate for you in ways that'll make your head spin. The good kind. There's a number sequence showing up for you, 424 and 707. These keep flickering into your periphery. Look them up. Sit with what they mean. They're trail markers. The universe is literally planting neon signs along your path, going, "Oi." You paying attention? You awake, because I'm about to go. Here's what I need you to understand about what's next. You've been waiting for proof. You've been waiting for a permission slip. You've been waiting for some external authority to stamp your forehead and say, "Approved for greatness." And I want to tell you something that might sting. Just a little prick. Nothing you can't handle. Because sometimes truth has teeth. You don't get permission from the outside. The green light you're waiting for? It's been glowing inside you this whole time. Dormant. Patient. Yours. But I will say this, and I'm not being theatrical here. Well, more theatrical than usual. If someone made a documentary of your life, if they laid out what you've walked through, what you've felt, what you've witnessed, what you've survived when lesser people would have folded, audiences would be wrecked. People would be permanently altered. The grit you carry, the resilience, the way you still crack jokes when the world's on fire, that's not normal. That's the raw material of something seismic. You are meant to inspire. I'm not blowing smoke to warm your ego. I'm telling you what I see because it's real, and it's loud, and it won't stop buzzing. You are meant to be seen. You are meant to be felt. You are meant to be heard in a way that reaches people across oceans you'll never cross, in rooms you'll never enter. Your energy is supposed to ripple outward like a shock wave, touching everything it meets and rearranging it. And here's where I need to get surgical with you because this bit matters. I'm sensing something about the way your mind operates. There's some neurodivergency here, some beautiful deviation from the factory settings. And instead of fighting it, instead of trying to march in formation, when your brain was built to dance, what if that's actually your unfair advantage? What if the way your thoughts leap and spiral and connect dots that nobody else even sees on the board? What if that's precisely what you're here to unleash? Let that marinate. But I see the pattern. Oh, I see it. The stop-start, shuffle. You build momentum and then you interrogate it to death. You create and then you retreat into the shadows. And it's maddening because you can feel how close the edge is. You can practically taste it. But the engine keeps stalling. You're not broken. Let me say that louder for the people in the back. You are not broken. You just need someone to help you find a rhythm that syncs with your actual wiring instead of fighting it. A flow state that lifts you instead of dragging you. Hear this, treasure. You are not your doubt. You are not your fear. You are not that sneering little narrator in your skull who says you can't, you won't, you shouldn't even try. You are the thing underneath all that noise. You are the frequency that refuses to flatline. You are the one who eats concrete for breakfast and gets back up. That's the real you. And while you've been in the trenches figuring yourself out, while you've been struggling and second-guessing, something else has been moving behind the curtain. The truth is clawing its way to the surface. Things that were buried are breaking through the floorboards. The people who talked reckless about your private business, who tried to dismantle you, who threw grenades at your peace, they're watching their own houses cave in right now. And you don't have to lift a finger. The universe is settling those receipts. The grenades they tossed, the divine is using the shrapnel to build your throne. This isn't revenge. This is cosmic accounting. And it looks like Grace wearing a very, very satisfied grin. So here's what's happening right now. and you can't see it because you're inside the painting. But I'm standing back with the wide-angle view, and the pattern is unmistakable. You're becoming extraordinary in the most disarmingly ordinary way. You're luminous. You're vibrating at a frequency where reality starts to bend around you, and your body is the first canvas to show it. That glow you clocked, that shift. That's not vanity. That's frequency made flesh. The stress that used to corrode you, that used to live rent-free in your nervous system and wage war on your cells. It's been alchemized, transformed into light, into radiance, into this thing people sense when they're near you, even if they couldn't explain it with a dictionary and a PhD. And it's terrifying to the people who tried to break you because they're used to seeing you dimmed. They're accustomed to your suffering, and now you're just not doing that anymore. Now you're just ascending and they have no protocol for it. I keep hearing this refrain. I had to record this 3 times because something out there desperately didn't want you receiving this transmission. But here's what I know for certain. Whatever tried to block this message 3 times, it failed spectacularly. You're here, you're listening, you're in the exact right moment to absorb what the divine has been trying to say. And that's not luck, that's precision, that's alignment with a capital A. There's a furnace phase, and I keep circling back to this. The raw metal doesn't understand what's happening while the heat is on. It just knows it's melting. Everything it was is being broken down into liquid, into nothing recognizable. It doesn't feel like refinement. It feels like annihilation. But it's not destruction. It's forging. And on the other side, and you're on the other side, you're almost cooled. You're going to move through this world like a brand new blade. Your silence hasn't been weakness. It's been your cloaking device while the divine handled the wars you didn't even know were raging on your behalf. The skirmishes you never had to fight because they were fought for you. And now that you're stepping out, now that you're ready, now that you're saying yes to this unwritten chapter, the peace headed your way isn't going to feel like the absence of chaos. It's going to feel like authority, like sovereignty, like walking back into a house you forgot was yours and realizing every room is exactly as you left it. And I want you to know something about your worth, pet. Your existence itself. That's the whole show. Not what you produce, not what you achieve, not your metrics or your output or your hustle. You. The raw, unedited, unoptimized you. The fact that you exist, that you're breathing, that you're hearing this message when every instinct probably told you to swipe past it or shut it down because it feels dangerously close to hope. The fact that you're still here. That means something. That means you're ready. You're allowed to unclench now. You're allowed to let this land. You're allowed to receive this without analyzing it to death. You're allowed to believe that something magnificent is unfolding because it is. It's not approaching. It's already here, already in motion, already rearranging the furniture of your life. Peace is your new superpower. And today, right now, you're finally picking it back up. I need to tell you one more thing before the curtain drops. If this resonated somewhere below your rib cage, if something in your chest cracked open while these words were doing their work, if you felt recognized and seen and known in a way that almost made you uncomfortable, that matters. That's you hearing your own truth echoed back. That's your intuition saying, yes, this is real. This landed exactly where it was supposed to. There's a gathering here. People who felt this same electric recognition. People who know they're wired for something enormous. People who are learning to trust their own signal instead of the static. And your testimony, your story, your willingness to stand up and claim this. It strengthens every single one of us. It's a declaration to the universe. I'm open, I'm ready, I'm dialed in. I'm seeing a breakthrough sitting on your doorstep like a package you didn't order, but absolutely deserve. And I don't want you to slam the door just before it arrives. I know you're exhausted. I know you side-eye good news because, historically, every time something beautiful started blooming, something ugly trampled it. That pattern is done, finished. This time, it just arrives. Clean, simple. The way grace actually operates when you stop wrestling it. Claim this restoration right now. Tell the universe, and I mean out loud, vibrate the air with it. Speak it into the room like you mean it. I'm aligned, I'm open, I'm ready for what's next. I trust myself, I trust the divine, I trust this unfolding. Because here is the truth they're desperate for you to forget. You are irreplaceable, not in a way that chains you to some impossible standard, not in a way that makes you Atlas holding up everybody else's sky, but in a way that means your specific frequency, your particular flavor of love, your singular gifts. Nobody else has them, nobody, and the world is holding its breath for you, literally waiting in the wings. This is the final act of your old story. The one where you doubt yourself into paralysis. The one where you beg for permission that was never anyone else's to give. The one where you fold yourself into smaller and smaller origami until you're practically invisible. And this right here, is the opening line of your real story. The one where you remember exactly who you are. Where you step into command of your own existence. Where you move with the bone-deep knowing that something infinite is coursing through you. Your gut brought you here, to these words, in this moment, alone, the way it needed to be. Trust that instinct more than you trust anything else right now, more than the noise, more than the doubt, more than whatever tired narrative they tried to tattoo onto your identity. You are a living monument to grace. The universe didn't have to try 3 times to reach you, but it did, because you're worth the effort, because this message is worth the fight, because you are that significant. And carry this with you as you walk forward from here. The war is already won. You're not clawing toward something anymore. You're receiving what was always meant to be yours. The only thing left to do is open your hands. The only thing left to do is say yes. You are held. You are loved. You are a spark of the infinite. And the universe? The universe is you, and you are the universe. Tattoo that somewhere they can't reach it. Sleep well tonight, wrapped in that truth. You are already becoming everything you were designed to be. It's already in motion. Trust it. Yes, that. Trust it. Trust yourself.